G'day everyone, it's Jerry here from Succulent Flytraps. Well, today I'm really excited to present to you my latest Carnivorous plants update. It's been about 2.5 weeks since my last update, but I tell you what, there's been a lot happening here at my nursery. The reason is because we've had plenty of good rainfall. We've also had plenty of sunshine as well, and those conditions have really produced a hive of activity here at my nursery. I haven't seen too many insects so far. I think it's because the conditions were so dry in spring. It'll take some time before I start to see them hovering around and crawling on the pitches, but I can't wait till they do. Now let's just have a closer look here. A lot of these are Sarracenia, Flava, Leucophylla varieties, characterised by their deep red tubes. Now, being a Sarracenia Flava species, they peak around about this time in spring. That means that they produce their biggest and best pitches. And talking about best pitches, that one there at the back, that's around about 65 centimeters high. Wow, what a commanding presence it is. And I tell you what, look how beautiful that hood is. It's a yellow-green hood. It's been freshly produced. Of course, you can see those red veins on the back of the hood. As the pitcher gets older, that's what they look like. Those red veins become more infused in the hood. Now, to the left there, that's a Sarracenia Leucophylla. The variety is called Tarnock. Sarracenia Leucophylla peak in autumn. They're producing pitchers now, but they're not as big as the ones that are produced in autumn. It's always nice to have different varieties in your collection. As you can see, the different colours and shapes of the pitchers really contrast beautifully with each other. You can see another one there, that's another Sarracenia Leucophylla. You can see there, it's producing pitchers, quite a few of them. They're quite spindly, some of them, but as I said, in autumn they'll produce a lot more larger pitchers. Now over here, I've got to show you this one. This is that, talking about insects, we've got a wasp over here. I've seen this wasp quite a few times actually. Now there it is over there. It looks like a spider wasp. Now you see him, here we go, let's have a look, here he is. I think he's sort of looking for mud, because I know that some wasps, they make their homes out of mud. Where is it? So he seems to just go over to where I can't see him now. Oh, there he is, right there. There. I always love coming up here because you don't know what sort of insects you're going to get. This particular pot has a lot of sand in it, and I don't know what it's doing here. It seems to be sort of testing out the soil or whatever, but look at that, it's pretty unusual. Or maybe it's just having a drink. But I just find that fascinating, watching the behaviour of all these insects. Yeah, amazing. Alright, so getting back to the plants. What was I talking about? I was talking about the Leucophylla. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you. Coming back over here, so this is a Sarracenia maxima. Sarracenia Flava maxima. Again, producing its biggest and best pitchers round about now. Earlier, I saw this picture here. It was underneath the rib of this picture over here. And you can see how the tip has bent over there. So that's because it was stuck. So if you see that, just move it away with your hands to allow that picture to form normally. Look how beautifully fluorescent green this picture is over here. That's a Sarracenia Flava. The variety is called Ornata. So yeah, they're coming up now beautifully. They really do contrast with the Leucophylla with their red tubes. Now earlier we had some strong winds from behind me from the north, and that's the reason why some of these pictures have toppled over. It's always heartbreaking to see, but there's always a few other pictures there which are coming up, so it's not too bad. I have installed some wind protection over here from the west, but as I said, because the wind was coming from behind me, that's the reason why some of these pictures have broken. Okay, moving along over here, these are the Flytraps. Moving along here, they're the red pictures of an unknown variety, some sort of a hybrid I bought from a retail outlet. It's producing this beautiful flower which I've allowed to develop. Normally I cut them off, but this is the first time I've allowed this particular plant to develop flowers, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. And those deep red leaves are beautiful. And look at this, right there nestled amongst the leaves is this beautiful sundew. This is a Drosera burmannii, otherwise known as the tropical sundew. Normally they die in winter with the frost, but this one seems to have sheltered itself amongst the leaves, and it's always beautiful to see that. And I've also seen these Drosera, these sundews, shelter under the old leaves of Flytraps. And talking about sundews, these ones here have just been freshly potted about 2.5 weeks ago. And you can see that there are these there's this mucilage or glue on the leaves. That's always a good sign that the plants have established themselves. And they're also producing these flower stalks. Those flowers will be pink coloured. I always add a dash of colour to my collection. And those flowers are self-pollinating, meaning that they just open and close, and the seeds spread and they develop clones from the parent plant. So just moving along over here, more fly traps. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. This is a Sarracenia Leucophylla. The variety is called red veins. Now you can't really see too many red veins now. That's because it's spring. It doesn't really peak in spring. Leucophylla peak around about autumn, but it's still beautiful. Those pictures, you can see that those veins are pretty much just a brownish sort of colour. But yeah, but those pictures will really shine later on in the season. Okay, moving along over here. More fly traps. And this is an indication of just how much it rained. This water depth is around about 6 centimeters high. So that just shows just how much it rained. And this is another pot full of sundews. Yeah, can't wait till they all start getting established. It'll add an interesting effect. Okay, so hopefully your plants have responded nicely to the rain. If it hasn't rained where you are, hopefully you'll get some more rain soon. So until then everyone, happy growing for the season ahead.